Welcome back, everybody. I am APH, and it is the first day of Cycle 29, so it is Show and Tell Day. Well, we did have a little bit of an issue right here. That's the first thing, is the Show and Tell. So we're going to have to place a water dump in here. I did place the dynamite down just to kind of get it going, and, well, we've got this area looking really good, and they're starting their progression out here. They're just about done with this section right here, which will close this up, and then we're going to start our whack way up, and this is going to be a little bit different because we are going to be proceeding kind of this way and this way at the same time, and we're going to do this in a little bit different stages. I'm not sure how much we're going to get done in a given cycle, and they are planting down here, but that means that we're 24 days away from getting our maple trees, and well, that's just not good enough. And this area right here, I do think that this is going to be farmland, and some point in time during this episode, we got part of it cleared out, and we're ready to get another staircase down and clear out a little bit more. That brings us around the bend, where we have the most epic news of all. Yeah, you're probably noticing that a lot of the walkway is all the way around. That's right. During the last couple days of the drought, we made some very, very big progress in getting this last little bit of the aqueduct. We do have a little bit of explosives in there. We'll be exploding that very quickly. Our generators, our engines, that is, are epic. We've got 6 of them in total, plus the original one. Maybe we have more than that. What do we have? We have 2 of them in the House of H. We have 2 of them in Warehouse 13. We have 2 of them over in Padnos, and we have 2 of them over here, one right here and one down here. This one eventually will be moving, but that's kind of that route. I think these ones right here give a huge steampunk look to the colony. I think that it's coming along really good. I think that these 2, again, give it a kind of a steampunk look going into that gear production. And over here, these ones are a little bit tucked away, and I'm not sure how I feel about them being tucked away. I don't think that it gives them a whole lot of justice, and then it drives into our lumber production over here. We are getting to a point where we're going to be building our paper in this episode. We've got the paper itself, so we've got the first printing press done. The second printing press, I believe all we need is metal for it. So that's going to be going in this episode as well. And we're going to be breaking off another district over here. So I haven't quite figured out what we're going to do yet, whether we're going to divide it down over here or whether we're going to divide it down over here or both. And eventually we're going to be filling in this in order to kind of bring this area together. So it's going to be a lot of trees up here and then some farming down here. And we're just going to kind of push this area, make it look green, make it look good, all that stuff. And then eventually we're going to drop this down. So I think this district right here is going to be focused around, since we've got plank and gear production kind of on the sides, I think that this district right here is going to be power production like we've been doing, because that is undoubtedly what we need. And then we're going to be doing some sort of dynamite production over here instead of the typical production that we have been doing. So we're going to be starting that, and let's kind of start over here, since this is kind of the far end of where we're going to be going. Now this is going to be really tricky kind of going forward. So we're going to bring a path across. We're going to bring something that looks like this. And then over here, we're going to be bringing a 1 high, this high, not a 1 high, a 2 high kind of this way across. I don't know how far they're going to be able to get. This is part of why we're going to be doing this as a different district. And over here, we'll go up to this edge right here. I think that's kind of a good route. And then we're going to go with 3 highs on this side, just over to right here. So we're going to build this right here. It's going to be the scaffolding to kind of get things started. And once we get this first section of scaffolding going, what we're going to do is start placing levees around it. I'll probably do a lot of the production of the levees where I do the framework off of the camera. This does need to go a little bit further. I'm not sure if I want to follow the lakeland or do like we have been doing, where I just flat out build my own. And we're probably going to, I don't know, part of me says we should go right up against this is where we should start it. But if we do that, so so I'm okay building this here because we're going to have to build more anyways. But if we did our progression right here and we started building our levee system up right here. Levee. Sorry for everybody who's ripped about the fact that I've been saying levee. It's going to be a training process for me. If we start our levee process here, I don't want to build it more more than a few at a time. So we could build it to there, and then on this side over here, build it over to, I guess we could build it over to here. All right, so that would be kind of the progression that we would do. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna lift this a little at a time. So I do want to keep that open. And if we did that, here's what we would need. We would need to be bringing our path down. So we'll break this right here in order to kind of make this happen. This is a little bit of on-demand planning here. Let's bring this, bring the levees up to that height right there. I guess we'll get rid of this one right here. We'll get rid of this one right here. And we're going to go ahead and bring this up as well. This is flat out going to be a reservoir wall. This isn't going to be like we have been doing where it's a progressionary thing. And then we're going to place a one high right here and a walkway down. Guess we could do that, and then we'll place our levees this high all the way around. And what we'll do from there is we'll make the progression to a little bit higher at that point in time. I want to take this pretty much all the way over to right here. So that will be the first stage. That will kind of bring it up to the same height as this system. We will need a kind of a temporary water system to let things go through. So we'll place it right here. We'll place like the 4 wide like that, and we'll just place our platforms across, and then we're going to do walkway. What will happen is as we build this and we kind of connect all the way across, we'll probably make a spot over here where the water can kind of bleed off. I didn't want to do that deep. This is the problem. I want the beavers to be able to rip through this, and in order to rip through it, they're going to have to kind of do some kind of off ways building where they only build so high all at once. Because again, like if I have 20 beavers and they're building, they can only build one tile at a time. So we're gonna end up losing here, where the most we can have is maybe around, I don't know, these take 12 logs. Somewhere around 12 beavers is where we're gonna have the maximum where we can build left and right at the same time. So that's why I was thinking about doing the pathway across the inside, so we could kind of proceed at the same path. Maybe at least for the starting, maybe we won't. Yeah, that's kind of the plan for this episode. We're going to go ahead and build this section, let it get built up, and then we're going to go ahead and plan out our next section, and we're just going to keep going little by little all the way up to this height right here. And then on this side, once we're up to that height, then we're going to be creating another kind of reservoir around it. So it's kind of time that we start over here. But again, I'm just being really long-winded because this is quite a bit of planning that's going to go into this. And we will have to break apart the district once this planting right here is up and going. For over here, let's get a walkway down. We'll go right here for right now. And then later on, as soon as this area is cleared, we're going to go ahead with placing kind of this way so we can place our farms in here. I do want them to finish this. This is the priority. So there's kind of a lot of things that we've got going on this episode, kind of getting going here. And I think we're good to speed up time. We've got our dynamite here. So let's go ahead and blow that up, drop our water dump so that this area can be a little bit more productive. And I was noticing that water's becoming an issue over here. We don't have any employees at the moment to employ these, which is okay. But we're going to have to pause both of those. And over here, we're going to need to expand out our water a little bit. So we're just going to bring this, I think that's one too short. So we're just going to go something like this, connect that up, not connect these right here. That was a mistake. Hopefully they didn't start filling that in. And we're going to go ahead and put in another 3 water pumps in this spot. We'll fix the pathway later so it looks a little bit better. Yeah, and we're just going to build something that looks like that. Now, I've got no unemployed beavers, or not unemployed beavers. Yeah, I've got no unemployed beavers. Let's go ahead and unpause this. I do think we're going to need more houses over here because we have 1 homeless. We're at 49 beavers for the district, only 45 are adult, and we're going to have to expand that up. So maybe we expand our Riverside Bistro in this episode as well with some houses kind of over here. I don't typically do a split on the housing, but this area is a little bit different. And I guess we could do something up here where we do a barracks maybe, so we could build on top of it. No, let's just leave a space for a walkway, and we'll just place those 4. We'll let those kind of build up and kind of do their thing, and then I'm going to come back and do do some planning, because I think we're ready for at least the labor monument. So we'll plan those out. So we're going to have to build a walkway up to that to kind of make it happen. Yeah, I think that's good. We've got gears, we've got metal, and we've got everything. Let's go ahead and unpause that. And as soon as they connect that up, if the water is moving, we're going to go ahead and start producing our first paper. And it's very fitting that Padnos, the one who's been giving us the most love, is the first one that's going to be getting paper. We're day 3, and we're just getting the notification for our drought. That's okay. I was talking about the plank production in the last one, and I think in the last episode we were up around 1,000 planks. We're up around 2,000 planks now. Absolutely phenomenal. And wood's finally starting to make its dent that we're going down, but that's okay. I don't think we're really going down like I think we are. That brings us around to here. This is up and going. So we've got plank production, and it's long past due time to get this up and going. Oh man, this is going to be tricky because we're going to have to bring it up to that height. I think we need a 3 high to get there, and I guess we don't need a 3 high because they can reach it from a 2 high, and so we'll go a 2 high there. That would bring us to a 1 high here, and I think that we would just need to do something, because we'll need a path here in order to kind of bring it together. So we're just going to maybe do something like this and place a temporary path kind of this way right here. We'll let them, not the district building. Oh man, I don't know where my head's at some days. So we're just going to create something like that should allow them to bring the parts up here that are needed, all the planks, and then we'll get rid of that. That's just kind of a cosmetic thing just to make it happen. On this side over here, I think we're ready for our cosmetics over here. I wish, so this is very problematic. If I could, I'd be placing deco underneath, but we can't place the rooftops on top of this. So that's the problem that we're running into there, and I would rather the roofs over here. All right, let's do the 1 high here. Let's get our deco here. We'll go with, oh man, we're gonna have to go with those right there. And I don't want to get too much overboard on this, because I finally got a comment that if we go too much further overboard with what we're doing, it's gonna look gaudy, and I agree with that. I guess that brings us over here. So the original plan for over here was to place the last tribute over here, and this is paused. I think we're ready to unpause that. And the thought line is that it's just too much if we place that last tribute here. So if we place a rooftop terrace up here, we're going to, if we place the rooftop terrace this way, it gives us a lot of area to do things around it. So I think that's what we're gonna do, where we with our deco, we start placing shrubs around it, and I'm only gonna place them to right there until they build this right here. And once they build the Flame of Progress, we'll place our last rooftop right there, the shrub. And then once the shrub is placed, then we'll go ahead and place the rooftop terrace to kind of bring this together. I do want to do something to this right here because I don't like the look that this is higher. At the same time, I'm being really cautious about breaking this, and maybe what we'll do to kind of bring it together is we'll put our 1 high here, we'll put our pathway across, and then when it's down to just this right here, once this is built, we'll get rid of the stairs and we'll go ahead and create our pathway across. I think that's the right way to kind of draw that together to kind of make it look good. And that will mean that we're going to have to find a different spot over here for the last tribute. And we are in a good spot right now for our metal blocks. So that leads us to placing something completely out of the ballpark. Let's go ahead and place that down. It's going to take forever to get built. Let's get our triple high there. Let's get our triple highs right here. And we're going to need power kind of routed around. Power's gonna be tricky because I don't want it to look bad, but at the same time, I don't want it to kind of be like off kilter. I guess we could route it this way where we bring it. So if we brought power this way right here, 1 too far there, and then we started the high power passes to bring it down over here, it would probably be so we would need to go that high right there. What is this? This is 3 high. So if we brought the 3 highs kind of over here, and oh man, wow, that's a huge difference, because we'd need to do that. We would need to place place our bend that way. So that would be a 90 degree, and then we would place a high power pass here. And that could bring our power, because our power would kind of run this way with a high power pass there, and there. That'd bring us up to here. So we would need a 90 degree bend right here, and we would need a 90 degree bend there and there with just kind of straight path kind of across here. And then we just have to connect it with a T over here. And that brings us to this right here. We do have a section of dynamite, and it's a doozy. So let's see if I can kind of get into a good area to kind of explode this. That's absolutely insane. Now, to help with this over here, I did place this walkway. I did place the staircase down. I did get rid of it since it was it's no longer needed. Let's get rid of this right here, and then we're going to go ahead and fill this section back in. And that starts where we've got enough of our plank production that we can, and we absolutely will, start the progression here. This right here does have to go away, and we have to start our... It's a closed loop all the way to the end now, so we can get rid of this. And let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Let's let that water go all the way to the end. And I think we're a 3 high 2 times here. So I think that this right here is going to be where we're going to start our progression. I must have missed one there. Yeah, this is why I go top down and kind of do the eagle eye thing. So we're going to start the progression, and we're going to run it as far as we can around until we hit that ledge. Yeah, maybe we'll go up to here for right now. Maybe that will be the contribution of the House of H, and then we hit our spot right here. Let's place this in, because this area in here is going to be 2 highs to start with. So let's plan those out with 2 highs. Oh, that was a big chunk of lag there, and then we're going to go with our 3 highs on top, and this will kind of bring this section up. What we'll do is let's plan this one over here. I think this road's going to have to go at some point in time, because I think it's the wrong height, and this will bring this section up. I only want to build as far as I think they can build in a reasonable amount of time. So I want the episodes to be roughly about 20 to 30 minutes, and I want 2 episodes per cycle. So if I think that we're getting kind of too much, I want to limit it a little bit. And as for this, that's the right height. I guess we could do that route on this side too, where we do our 3 highs first, and we'll start from this side over here, bring it all the way across. They can build from this side over here, which is good. And we're just gonna do the same thing. We're just going to, wow, that doesn't look right, but it is. I wonder what a perspective kind of does for you. And we're just going to, just bring this like across like that. I think that that's a good area for these guys to build during this episode. Let's go ahead and knock out this. Let's knock out this. And we'll get those sections replaced so that maybe in the next episode we can start closing up this. We can start closing the walkway on this and kind of pinching this. And we talked about doing a district over here. And in order to do the district over here, we're going to have to start with our walkways in here. And we're going to get water first, like we do typically. So we're going to do something about like that. And we'll do a gatehouse. It's got to be past this. So if you did a gatehouse right here, I don't want to break that apart while they're feeding that. Oh, this is going to be tricky. If you did the walkway on this side, and we did like a path right here, we could place it right now. So if we place something that looked like that, we would need to go 1, 2, and this one right here, we would go ahead and drop it down to the 6 high. So something like that, and then we would want probably a double wide water here, where we go water, water, and water, and water. And then on this part over here, as long as they can build it, I guess I'm okay with it. We would extend this out just a little bit further. Not there. Let's get this kind of built up to the same height. This is definitely going to be more than just our typical build that we do, where we place our water storage over here. So we would want probably, if I had to guess, the neighborhood of the 4 water tanks seems to be good. So we would do something like that. So it would be these with these, and then we would have to put our connector here, and then we would want to, as long as we could, we'd want to do kind of our our deco in the middle, and I like that look. Let's do not the 2x2. Let's do deco with roofs in the middle. Let's do our oh, I'm a bonehead. Let's delete this out and start this all over. Yep, delete that. Let's place our walkway right here so that we're on the right track, and then we're going to go ahead and try this again where we place those, leave a walkway and those, and then I guess we could do the same thing here where we place walkways across too, but for right now I just want to focus it right here in the middle. So again, this should be a little bit easier now. So we just drought started. We're 30-day drought. I'm not sure if 30 days is the most we've seen, but that's a beastie one. And did we get high enough up that these started? Oh my god, we didn't get high enough up that the water was into the pathway. Oh sweet Jesus. Wow, we might be in trouble. So thankfully this is full, but this run we never had the water path start because the water never got high enough. Holy Hannah. We'll make it because we have so many beavers, but oh my. All right, back to over here. Let's finish our deco over here with our roof units over here. Wow, I'm a little thrown off there. Yes, decorations. Let's do our pots here for our shrubs. Let's do our roofs this way. Kind of get that brought together. That will be our water and our water tanks for over here. I think that's kind of good. Perhaps I shouldn't have done this right here. Now, did they whip through this? They did. Okay, let's get rid of that. Oh man, I didn't even think about that. Let's get rid of this one so we can place our labor monument right here. We'll place it facing that way. And what are all these icons? Oh, you know what it is? I haven't configured these yet, and I do want them for certain things, so I haven't connected the path yet, which is fine. So that will come back later, and I guess we're good to... I do want them to finish this, so I'm going to set this to high priority. And as for this side over here, we could get our shrub this side, and then we'll come back and finish this later. I have been getting comments about the fact that the beavers are ripping through building things so quickly that it's not a challenge anymore. And you guys are very close to being right. I think that this is we're to the point where I don't even think about the stuff anymore. I just place it because I know the beavers can get to it. I don't know how we're gonna do this unless we get rid of this, place a temporary walkway down, and then what we'll do is we'll come across and we'll replace this. When this one's built, we'll replace this one with the high power pass, and then once the high power pass is built, we'll go ahead and replace this high power pass to kind of get it connected. I guess it's a good time to break this right here and put our T connector here, and we'll high prioritize this just since we're losing all of the power creation from this at the moment. You know what, let's do the same here where we high priority these, high prioritize that. I think that all looks good. And did they finish over here? And the answer is yes, they did. What does this take? 150 horsepower, and the paper itself takes 80. I guess we're gonna run just one paper, one printing press, just on kind of a lower velocity maybe, just to get it going until we get some more engine production going. And I mean, we're close. We've got metal blocks, and I forgot they're feeding them into the production of this little walkway right here. Yeah, they've already fed 185 blocks into that metal platform. So I guess that's going to take a little bit of time. And woo, they finished this. Yes, please. So as they're finishing these, we're ready to bring this back kind of little by little, since this back part is no longer needed. And we are going to have to make it a little, well, I guess we could leave one right here as a temporary, and this spot right here. So maybe we won't place the tribute right here. And here's why. I don't know. I'm super up in the air. We're going to, at some point in time, have enough power that this is going to be a joke. But does this make this area look too filled in? Leave me some comments down below of what you think of if this right here is just too much. But we'll just kind of let that kind of be. Let's prioritize this section up here. The bread production is in good shape, and I kind of thought this might be the case. Let's go ahead and drop a piece of dynamite right there. Let's get rid of this tree, and then we're going to create a high water dump right there. I was going to say a high power pass. Jesus, where's my head? And I think that we're kind of in a little bit of a good place to just kind of let everything build. So I think this is a good spot to go ahead and call this episode. I'd like to thank you guys for watching,